here we go. Are we live?
We're live,
Oh,
guys.
shit.
Sorry, I was going to clap, but
I'll do that. Thank
I
you.
need people
Here
to
you
hear
go.
this.
F.
Is that F, is it?
I've
I've got a ukulele.
high key you've
You
picked.
probably can't hear it on the podcast. I need to figure out some chords.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
so C,
Yeah.
G,
G. Yeah. Just A minor.
A
yeah.
minor.
And then F. Yeah.
Okay.
That'll do you. Yeah. Go around, you know.
Here's the theme song, guys.
Yeah. Funny, we finish each other's sentences.
Plagiarism. And we'll start again.
Plagiarism.
We've been sued by Disney. Immediately.
Okay, with this. A whole new world that we live in. I see a change at the end.
Copyright.
I changed it at the end.
We've been flagged for copyright. It was 2 on the nose.
It was 2 on the nose, okay. I
am happy.
Yeah. All the time. Feeling crappy.
Okay.
If I wake up next to you with a smile on my fondue, I'll write a letter to the postman, say I'm happy.
Sorry, go ahead.
You go.
You okay?
Okay. You go. You go.
I'll give you a verse.
Okay, yeah.
I'm feeling good today.
Okay.
All of my worries went away when you came to my house and said, let's do a podcast, 'cause I hope this feeling does last.
Very good.
It's the Stop Messing podcast.
Yes, it is. Yes, it really is now.
Yeah, Stop Messing podcast.
Yes, it really is. Really
if you're
is
not
now.
feeling good and you need someone to pick you up, it's Stop Messing podcast. I hope it does last. I don't know what the
Go all the way, the very bottom string down the end. Yeah, very bottom. But no, go down to.
Oh, there
yeah.
It's the Stop Messing podcast.
Yes, it really is. It really
it's
is
the
now.
Stop Messing podcast.
Yes, it really is.
If
Really
you're
is.
not feeling good, then it's gonna something.
If you're not,
It's the Stop Messing podcast.
Yes, it's a podcast.
A podcast.
You were not finishing that one. Podcast.
Hello, everybody. That was a surprisingly decent team tune there this week.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah. Ukulele there out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
Just in case you want to pop into
Maybe
a
I might
song.
do something. Yeah.
How's your week? I was away.
Good. You were away. I was here. I was.
I was here.
You were here.
This
I
room.
was, your house is lovely.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Did you keep it well? What did you do?
I've just been doing a few bits in the
Studio.
Yeah. Just kind of flaking, man. Wasn't over away like you. Weren't
over in the UK.
What do you call it? Not the Blue Isle. What do you call over there?
I don't know what they call it. We're the Emerald Isle. They're the
Copper Isle.
They're the steal your county's Isle. Joking, but give them back. Joking, but hand them back over there.
Wouldn't mind them.
Yeah, hand them back over there.
Actually,
I actually seen a guy that I know who's quite Republican with Ireland when it comes to Ireland. Like he'd be mad for a bit of bit of controversy.
Patriotism,
yeah. He'd get into it, all right. But he put up a fucking Instagram or something.
Yeah,
and it was something about the UK like going mad about Russia trying to invade and capture Ukraine, and he was like, the contradicting themselves, helping a country maintain their independence while stealing ours and they still own our 6 counties. I was like, he's got a point.
He has a point, though.
He has a point.
He does have a point.
Yeah, give them
They
back.
don't be teaching that in the schools.
They don't be teaching that in schools, which is crazy.
The UK schools.
The UK schools probably don't. They're always just like when I meet people from the UK, from England in general, like it's not obviously Wales and Scotland probably no more so as well because they're similar boat.
Similar boat.
Let's go, guys. Let's rally.
Let's rally.
Let's get them.
We can get them from all angles. Scotland up the top. Wales from the we'll come in
Scotland
from the left
take
as well.
them from the top.
Yeah.
Wales will come in. We'll come in after Wales.
Maybe we'll go down the bottom. We'll come up from Brighton.
Yeah. We'll just come up.
We'll squeeze
underneath Southampton, and we'll just come in and
we'll
just
squeeze them.
But whenever I meet like someone from the UK and they're like, and like Belfast and stuff and the Troubles and stuff, like, is that still going on? And I'm like not really, but like give them back, like. But it's not
really.
it's not simple as that. There's some
no.
It's
apparently we couldn't afford it anyway, which is probably fair enough.
It probably
we couldn't
is.
afford the new county, so
we'd be like, give them back, and we'd be like, they're actually
absolutely broke there.
I'm sorry, will you take these back?
The county's like, but also give us 6 billion.
Yeah. Do you hate when people say, like, it's mainly like Americans, or like, it's probably mainly Americans when they say, "Oh, you from the UK?"
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. Like,
I don't be liking that either.
I don't like that. Like, great. Someone's like, "Oh, you're Irish," or like, "Oh, that's in the UK." I'm like,
yeah.
No, it isn't. Like, you mean
it's not. There's a
I
part
break
of it
into Grace. Then I go, have a sit and listen to this.
You go,
when Padraig called me to his side down in the GPO. I had to leave my own sick bed. To him I had to go.
I used to play that every night, man.
Yeah.
People love that tune.
People love that. It's very patriotic tune.
It is a very patriotic tune.
It's a real hand on the heart kind of tune,
There was a guy, and I mean, man, every night I would play that song in a local pub, and he would like every night he'd be like, do you know the meaning behind that song? And he told me. So the first night he did it, he was like, do you know the meaning behind that song? And he told me. Oh no, do you know where it was? It wasn't actually in the pub, sorry. I completely just merged two memories together there. It was during COVID.
Yeah.
Because my pub gigs were taken away and I couldn't do them. I was like, it was Tullamore Dew Whiskey asked me to do like gigs for their like online parties thing. Did you do any of them?
No.
I thought you were acting like you did them there.
Did loads of them.
You were acting like you didn't. But they would basically get me on. It was like, when you think about it now, I'm like Jesus,
on Zoom,
oh Christ, man, it was so bad. But I was just like doing it for a few euro.
I did something similar. I did it for the lads over in the Orlando.
Oh, did you?
Road,
yeah. It was shit enough. Like,
it was tough.
Your man got me on anyway, and so essentially what it was, Tullamore Dew would have this package deal because people couldn't do the Christmas parties.
Yeah.
They would do this thing where they got I can't remember his man's name was Kevin. Kevin was the organizer, so he would do a Zoom call, and it was all the people from the office work, and they'd all come onto the Zoom, and this is your Christmas party, and they would do cocktail making classes at home. So it was a cool idea in that sense, because they would send out a kit, cocktail making kit, and you'd have all the tools, and you'd be like, right, you're going to mix this with this and do this, and you're making a cocktail, and then they're all drinking and having a good time on Zoom, which was cool because those Zoom times were like, weird,
you're belting tunes out,
and then I'd come on and I'd come on after a while, right? He'd tell me like, come on at this time, and then I'd just kind of be waiting, and I'd have the laptop set up, this microphone, like the whole lot, and went on then, and it'd just be, man would be like, and we've got here, he's got hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. He's this, that, and the other, and he'd be like, Ryan Mack, and then I'd just put my screen on, and I'd be like, hey guys, I'm at home here. I was just sitting there, man, with the ring light and everything shining on me, and then I just fucking play like 20 minutes of songs. Like, it was basically just a covers gig, but I'd play Grace. And there was a guy on it who worked for Tullamore Dew. He was an older gentleman. I can't remember his name. But the first time I did it, he was like, "Do you know the real the true story behind that song and whatever?" And I was like, "No." And he told it, like, and it was like a cool story. And then every time I'd be on, he'd be like, "Do you know the story?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I do." And he goes, "I'll tell it to everyone else." I'd be like, "Right, grand." And he just told it to everyone. But they were mad times, man. Those Zoom times.
Yeah, it was
like,
crazy times.
Like, how fucking crazy. Did you do anything like crazy on Zoom during, like,
we did loads of like
quizzes?
Pub quizzes and stuff, like
quizzes. I was crazy. A quiz master, man. By the end of it, I was a fucking
loads of quizzes, loads of I'm always flat out on Warzone in lockdown, man. It was crazy, like up to like 5 or 6 in the morning playing Warzone.
You still play it?
No,
not at all.
No, not at all.
Not even a bit.
Not even a bit.
Why?
It's just a bit shit, isn't it? Get your act together.
Activision, whatever it is. Did it?
Huh? I don't know. I haven't played it. It's just what it is. Like, I played the odd game of FIFA now. If I was to play.
Shite game. But I remember we did a race night, horse racing night. Did you do one of them?
No.
No. We did a race night. So one of the lads is like a big horse racing like expert essentially.
Fanatic,
Yeah. He loves horse racing.
Yeah.
And he basically got a load of races that already happened that maybe we wouldn't have seen.
Okay, yeah.
And so you knew the result, and then
He won, I'd say, did he?
he wasn't allowed to play. He's just like,
Another one first.
give me all your money. No, he just basically picked them all, and we just sat there and we all got dressed up with like
Suits and all, yeah.
My brother is a jockey. Well, he's not a jockey; he's a horse trainer.
Yeah.
But he has all the jockey gear.
Yeah.
So Evelyn had on like a jockey hat, jockey glasses, jockey goggles, the whole lot. And we sat there just at home drinking. Well, I wasn't drinking, but everyone else was drinking, and we just had these horse racing night. Like, it was cool.
Yeah.
Those times were mad, man, when you think
you
about
have to do something like
when you think about how crazy that was. We went through all of
something
that.
like, yeah.
We had those, and we had
so
like
long as well.
there was a game then that came out.
Among Us.
No.
I was flat out.
Were you flat out?
I was flat out
I've
on
never
it.
played it once.
It was so good, man. But the thing is, it got so heated, man, because lads would be fibbing, like, and I know you're fibbing, and then lads think you're fibbing and you're telling the truth, and you're like, you're trying to explain to them, I'm telling the truth, it wasn't me. They boot you off. You're like, fuck, it's not playing anymore. You didn't listen to me.
So the concept is what there's one killer.
Either one, or if there's 10 people, there's 2 killers.
Oh, okay.
And there's 8 civilians.
Yeah.
And you're meant to go around and do your tasks, and the lads are trying to kill you on the sly. So there's
And you
lads
can
like
see them-
faking doing the task. Just go over. It's because all you can see is them go over to the same thing you're doing.
Okay.
You can't see their screen, so they wait the correct amount of time it takes to do a task. They go off. They can kill someone. They can go the other side of the map, and then someone finds the body, and they go, "Oh, this killer!" It's like, I saw Jake there 5 minutes ago, and I was like, I was there. It wasn't fucking me though. I'm doing my task here.
And so
they're like, "No, I saw Jake," and everyone's like, "Oh, it must be Jake." So see you later. And then I'm gone. And I'm like, "This is fucking bullshit."
But it was him.
It was just some other fella, like. Yeah. And I'm there, and then you're a fucking ghost, and you just have to watch them fucking do the thing.
Oh, you actually watched them?
You have to finish off your task.
And then, right? Can you wait around then till the end? And
so
then,
whoever dies,
and then when
whoever dies, you can then chat to each other. All the dead people can chat to each other.
and so if a lad that fucking booted you, and then he dies next, and you're like, "I fucking told you in the chat."
You're like, wow.
Oh, nice to see you here. I fucking told you, man.
And if the killers die, you can chat to them as well and be like, "Man, you're a fucking prick."
Why'd you do that, you fucking wanker?
It was actually.
I liked the concept of it.
It was
My
great crack.
kids got into it so much, man. My brother, my younger brother, he must have been about 7 or 8 at the time, and he was like, and he kept on calling it Among Us.
Among Us, yeah.
He was like Among Us.
Among Us.
I was like, no, it's Among Us. Like,
Among Us.
But he was like Among Us.
Amongst us.
I'm playing Among Us.
Amongst us.
Amongst us. But yeah, I never got into that. But I was just reminiscing there.
Do you ever
about
play
those.
Psych?
No, I'm not. I used to be the biggest gamer of all time, like ever. Like it's all I did. I remember. I'll never forget when I got. So like I went when I was young. I used to always play games, and then like I stopped for a while when I got into music. I like did music more, and then I remember a time then whenever I just got back into gaming and Xbox Gold came out.
Yeah.
And you could get one free game a month. And I remember 1 month it was so like I'd played Assassin's Creed before, but this free game was Assassin's Creed 2. I never played Assassin's Creed 2, so I was like, oh yeah, I remember I liked Assassin's Creed. Ezio Auditore di Firenze.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, you know that?
Yeah, very good.
It just rolls off the tongue. But yeah, it was that
I think
one.
we talked about this before. A very interesting first scene in that game.
Yeah,
I think we talked about it before on the
it's
podcast.
a very good game though.
Very sexual.
Very sexual game.
And I was absolutely press X to go and to do that. I was like, absolutely. Absolutely do that.
Do more.
Then it cuts to black, unfortunately. It does cut to black.
You fucking blue ball.
You got the black.
Blue balls. Just, but that game, I played that, and then I was like, holy shit, and I went and bought the rest of them. I rang my cousin who was mad into him. I was like, do you have any more of them games? And he was like, yeah, I've because it didn't go, it went Assassin's Creed 2, and then it went Assassin's Creed Revelations, I think.
Oh, okay,
and then it went
yeah.
Assassin's Creed something else, and then it went Assassin's Creed 3 with your man Connor.
Yeah.
That was a
I
good
can't
one.
remember where I stopped. I definitely didn't get involved with the Black Flag and stuff. I wasn't involved in that.
Unreal game. That's one of my favourite ones.
That's one with all the ships that pissed me off.
Yeah, it did piss me off as well. But Black Flag is good, and then
Let's do ship battles. I don't do ship battles like Assassin's Creed.
they
like,
were annoying.
You know what I mean? That was so loud, man.
That was a neck crack if you're listening.
Jesus.
But then the other game where I stopped actually on that one was I played this other one called Assassin's Creed Unity. And then
That was a new one, wasn't
that
it?
was France. That was you were in France.
Okay.
That was good. I got to the last level and then I just decided I didn't want to play it anymore. And then the one after that was Assassin's Creed.
Wasn't there an Irish one, Vikings or something?
No, I didn't play that one. No, fuck that one. I played Assassin's Creed. The last one was when you were in London.
Oh.
When you were in London and you were a brother and sister.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
stopped
play
playing.
that
I was
either,
like,
yeah.
this is good, but not good enough.
Could you kiss each other, no? Brother and
No.
sister?
But what's your
really-
top five video games of all time?
Of all time.
Hit me because I've got
Wow.
some good ones.
Start at one.
Hmm?
Start at one.
Starting at one.
I think for me, they're gonna be like memory based. So
Yeah,
probably Modern Warfare 2. Like you talk
Solid.
about just iconic times. Like I think it was early secondary school, so going home,
Solid.
all the lads hopping on like
Just
intervention, quick scopes.
get me on
Oh,
Rust.
it's crazy,
Get me on
like
Rust.
Like, yeah, I think it has to be Modern Warfare 2. Has to
Rust,
be.
no scope competition on Rust, man. Boys,
Yeah.
we just. My number one of all time. See, it's tricky, man. There's some really good games.
I feel like you're like an RPG guy as well. Like
I'm a bit like I'm trying to think. I love
Or an
I love
MMO.
2-player games though as well.
Yeah.
I've lots of fond memories playing 2-player games like with friends when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I would say like you said, they're memory based, but I'm gonna go with a Call of Duty one first, right?
Yeah.
World at War was so good.
Okay, old school.
It was
yeah.
good though.
Yeah,
it was good.
Campaign was good.
It was good, and then because we'd seen like the original Call of Duties were like
Yeah.
old school war, and then Modern Warfare was when they started getting into the new stuff,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it went back just for a minute to World at
Yeah,
War,
yeah.
and it was like you put down the bouncing
And that was
Betty,
the
man.
first
Put down the
zombies,
bouncing
wasn't it?
Betty and the claymores. That
was the first zombies, yeah.
Call of Duty
Huge.
Zombies is lit.
Yeah, that's
lit.
lit. Like,
But yeah, World at War, man, that was one of my favourite ones. It was the one I was the best at. Running around with an MP40. Go on,
okay, number two for me, and this is like, I don't know if anyone in the world is gonna know this. Like, it's so niche, man. I had it on PlayStation 2. It was a single player game, and I've tried to like find remaster versions of it, man. You can't get it. Like, you can't get it. You just can't play it anymore unless for PS2. It's called Tenchu Wrath of Heaven.
Oh, I know that game, man.
What a game, man.
What a game.
What a game that is. Like, it's fucking incredible. Like,
What a game, man. I've so
You can't
many now.
play
I have a
it.
top 10 now. I've so many. My number two, man, just going way back. Croc. Have you ever played the game Croc, man?
No.
PS1. Croc.
Croc.
Oh, man. You were a little crocodile, man. And you're running around this game. Croc game. It's just literally called Croc. The Legend of the Gobbos, is it? Yes, it is Croc, The Legend of the Gobbos. Have you never played this game?
No.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
if I see it.
Oh my god, is it sensational? You're a little croc and you're just running around, man. It's so good.
It's like a Spyro kind of thing, is it?
Spyro. It's like Spyro, man. Spyro's so good. But that's my number two, Croc, man.
Okay.
Croc, Legend of the Gobbos.
Croc.
I have so many more.
I have so many more. Okay. See, it's hard to pick because growing up, like, I played a lot of Crash Bandicoot, but I don't know if it's.
I was about to say Crash
I
Bandicoot.
don't know if
next.
it's in the top 5.
It is. It absolutely is.
I'm gonna go. For. Okay, Crash Bandicoot.
Such a good game.
Yeah, the
Which one? Do you have
second
one?
one. What's it called?
Crash Bandicoot 2.
No, there was one. No, there's one.
Wrath of Cortex number 3.
The Wrath of Cortex. That's
Solid.
the one. That's the one.
Wrath of Cortex number 3. That is unreal.
Yeah, yeah.
And you run the tiger. But the other game. Yeah. And there was a game called Crash Bash. I don't know if you ever played that.
No.
It was like, do you know like that Mario Party game? Where they're like all mini games. and
Yeah,
you play-
yeah.
It was like that, but it was better. It was way better. Number 3, Metal Gear Solid. Any of them? Give me them all.
They were good.
They were good. Metal Gear Solid 1, it's top
Yeah.
class. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, top of the range. Give me any Metal Gear Solid.
Okay. Anyone will do.
Any of them will
Okay.
do.
Honorable mention here, not going for 4, but honorable mentions are Splinter Cells were very good.
Solid
Honorable
Tom
mentions,
Clancy.
Tom Clancy. Honorable mention PS1 James Bond. The one where you're in the snow starting off.
Tomorrow Never Dies on the skis.
Yeah.
And you're Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
Honorable mention. PlayStation
That
1.
is a solid game.
Load of like Lego car games when we were playing growing up. But I think The Last of Us 1.
Yeah. That's probably one of the
Number
best games
4.
ever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going pure off memories of like nostalgic games. But like tit for tat, like pound for pound, the best game that's up there.
Yeah.
Like, I remember playing that, being like, holy shit, this is unbelievable.
Red Dead Redemption as well. Honorable mention.
I didn't play any of them, but my brothers.
I didn't finish second one. But
My brother said it was great.
Yeah.
Am I number 4?
Yeah.
Number 4, give me Time Splitters 2. Did you ever play that game?
Time Splitters. Is that the one where you're
man,
like
such a good game. Me and the homies playing.
Is that the one where you like your 2 like pistols and you keep going different like levels and you kill all the lads?
No.
No.
This this is you do have like a story mode, but just the multiplayer game on this game.
Yeah.
We would go to one of my friend's house and we'd just play Time Splitters non-stop. You could pick a monkey, you could pick all these other, and you just run around with fucking weapons killing lads. It was without a doubt one of the best games. I'll get the cover while you're picking your number 5.
I might not. It sounds familiar.
Time
Okay, number
Splitters.
5. It's tough going. It actually is.
There's just too many good
There's
ones.
too many good ones. Like
Oh man, the case even gets me rock hard. Just to look at it. Oh man.
yeah, that looks familiar. Right, it does
Solid.
look familiar. It looks familiar.
Absolutely solid. It was like a shooting game, like, and you just play
Yeah.
like multiplayer.
I think
It
for number
was.
5 for me, honorable mentions, and I go Black Ops 1 and 2 and
Solid.
Modern Warfare 3 because a lot of memories of them. But I'm gonna go for actually Gears of War 3 for number 5.
Gears of War 1 was a fucking fun game when it came out. Yeah, they're good. Gears of War are good. But I love the saw and the thing.
Yeah, it's so violent
Yeah,
and
you
it's
just-
crazy.
it was
like,
crazy.
and it was online was so tough because like you basically get killed so quickly like with a shotgun. So you're just like you're running around, all of a sudden just like poof, you just go in, you're just in bits, and I'm like oh.
It was such a good game.
It
Though. I
was
remember when
great,
that
like-
first came out. I got the original Xbox when it. I think the Christmas it first came out. I got it for Christmas, and knew none of the games. I was like, what is this? I was like, what's Gears of War? Holy shit, was it good?
That's getting
And I remember when I
chainsawed, like-
completed it, and at the end they leave you knowing that there's a second game coming. I remember just being like, thank God there's a second game coming, because that was unreal. My number 5, I have a few floating around here that I could go with.
Yeah.
Trying to think what gives me the best. Like all the Crash Bandicoots, man, are just so good. Like the GameCube, man, playing Mario on the GameCube. Super Mario Sunshine, top notch.
What about like Pokemon? I forgot about Pokemon. Do they count on the Game
actually,
Boys? Man?
Actually, yeah, number 5,
I was thought about
but
that.
should be number 1.
Yeah.
Pokemon, man.
Which one, though?
Pokemon Red.
I think Emerald was my favorite.
They were when they
Like
got
that's the Ruby Sapphire Emerald. Like
yeah.
I think they're my favorite.
I remember I got Entei. Do you remember Entei?
Entei, yeah.
Got him at the end. got him at the end, and just was like impossible to find it. But I remember I used to get so annoyed. I used to turn it off because you wouldn't catch him.
Yeah.
If you didn't catch him, I'd turn it off and go looking in the bushes again. Pokemon, any Pokemon game ever.
I love all the fucking retro arcade music, and in the background of Pokemon
Yeah.
is so good.
Some other
bit
good
music,
mentions,
like-
man, like old school games on the Sega. Did you ever play Golden Axe?
No.
Holy shit, it's good.
I thought you would have said
Tekken.
Zelda.
Zelda
Tekken's
is one of my
great.
favorite games.
I tell you what, it's Zelda, yeah.
Tekken is
Tekken were class, yeah.
top notch. Eddie,
Street Fighter.
just picking Eddie Gordo and handstanding on lads. Just capoeira kicks to the face.
The FIFA's on a mention. Probably FIFA 12.
I
That was
used
the
to be
peak, like,
crazy into
12,
FIFA.
Probably the peak.
I think I stopped at about 2002. Giggs was on the cover. I'm pretty sure. Like I didn't. I played ones after, like with friends and stuff like that. But that's like I was really good at it, like in 2002. And then
Fortnite as well actually deserves a shout out. I have some good memories of
yeah,
Fortnite.
yeah. Like I didn't. That was when I kind of like I'd stopped playing video games, and then that came out, and like the hype on it was just crazy. So I was like, I'm gonna try it, and I kind of got into it, and I didn't really like. I thought it was a good concept and it was a good game, but I knew I'd have to play so many hours to get good
Once
at it.
lads start doing the building, man, it was game over.
You
like.
see lads building, man, and they're about 8 years old, and they're like,
We had such good crack at the start because everyone was kind of like, "What the fuck's going on?" And everyone's having good crack. Then once lads started to figure it out, like
once boys realised that like they could get so good at building, they could stop you shooting them, they could go up really high, they could just completely confuse you and come behind you and blow you to bits.
I'd just be like, "Here, man, just kill me." I'm
just like, I'm playing it like I'm playing Call of Duty, just hiding behind walls and stuff that I haven't even built, just ones that were already there,
just in the gaff, like
just like in a gaff that was already there.
Yeah.
But what do they call them? Like they're mods. Or is that what they call? Or they're
which ones?
That's what they say. Like, look at the
builds.
Yeah, but the builds. But they have like, I think it's called mods. Or something. They use a term anyway.
Okay,
you know when they change it. So you know you build a wall and then you you change it and
what's that called?
It's not mods. It's
replace.
No. They call it something else.
Yeah.
Edits.
Yes,
they'd be like, look at my edits.
Yeah.
Like Evelyn's nephew Jamie used to be like, do you want to see me edit? Do you want to see my edits? And he's just like, and he was like
crazy,
10, and I was like, how do you even how are your fingers move? And to be changing like the control setup and all, I was like, no, give me
some
just
like play claw and stuff like that. It's
man,
like, it's crazy.
Just give me normal. I can't. I can't do it.
Buttons to controller down here and all, like, you know,
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Crazy.
What was your favorite console? Out of them all?
Probably the 360.
Really?
Xbox 360.
Yeah, it was a kind of probably out most.
That's when I was like at the peak,
the height
like
of it.
all the lads, like, you know, at Call of Duty Warfare 2, Gears of War, like, you know, all that kind of good shit.
I had I seen a TikTok the other day of a guy explaining why the PlayStation 2 was the best console of all time.
Why?
And that it still is the top seller of all time.
Yeah.
Because when it came out, it had, you know, like all these new updates. Everything was like fucking top of the range. And he was like, but you could backplay, so you could play PS1 games on it, which was like incredible for at the time. And I think Blu-ray didn't come out, but he had like a number of things and all the games that came out for and shit. And I was like, actually, yeah. But the 360 was huge when it came out.
Yeah, I think it's just more of a personal thing for, like, you know, the time I was at when the 360 came out and stuff. And did you play any like Nintendo 64? And no, I think my first one, I don't even think I had a PS1. I just remember playing a PS1 in other people's houses. The first console I had was PS2.
First one I had was a PS1.
I
had a PS1, and like I think my dad could have got it or something, like, and it was his, and then I was just like, playing it. But I remember my uncle used to come over, and he had Grand Theft Auto, the first one. Have you ever seen the first one?
Yeah, it's
you're
like
looking down
top,
at
top,
it.
top
It's
view,
top
like,
view.
yeah.
So bad, you're a little ginger lad running around with it. And he had that, right, and we discovered this hack that if you put the game in, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if this was just my PS1 or if anyone sees this video, you could tell me whether you were able to do it as well. But you'd put the game in, right? GTA, the very first Grand Theft Auto. You'd play it, and then my uncle, when he had to go, he would just press the eject button to open up the lid and take the game out, but the game would still be playing for some reason. So I could just play the game, but once I turned it off, it was gone. Yeah. You know, once I turned it off. So I used to like just play it and keep it on. And like I remember one time I left it on all night because I wanted to play it the next morning. Yeah. And when I woke up the next morning, it was like it read the game and just still had it on. Yeah.
It's probably such a little memory on the game.
But then when you turned it off, then it was gone.
Yeah.
But I remember that game. Yeah, it was insane. Grand Theft Auto 2 didn't really get a look in, and then GTA 3 started coming out, and then GTA Vice City. Yeah. And then
San Andreas first one.
Absolutely
San
punching
Andreas was
prostitutes.
so good, San Andreas was crazy.
San Andreas, CJ.
That's the first time I remember playing properly. Like, yeah.
That one was sick. No, the Vice City was the first one that I really got into. That was you were in Miami. Unbelievable game, man. But yeah, some good.
There's a new one coming out, I think. 5, is it now, or
whatever the fuck they're at? Just leave it be. Leave it be.
There's so much time in between them. It's crazy. Like.
Yeah, there is. But yeah, video games are. And I remember when I got that first Xbox, just the Xbox, not even
straight
Xbox
up, like,
360, just straight up Xbox. And I got the Gears of War game. I got Halo. Or no, was Gears of War Xbox? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I got Halo.
It was only ever Xbox, it was mad. Microsoft, like.
Yeah, but I'm saying, was it Xbox or Xbox 360?
It started on Xbox, I think.
Yeah. So I think I got that one. I got Halo, and I got a game called Project Gotham Racing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Batman, like.
What?
Batman.
No, it was just called Project Gotham Racing. It was just
Gotham.
Yeah, I think that was the name of it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was the name of it, PGR. But it was a very good game.
Yeah.
And I got
I
the
famously
steering wheel.
hate
I got the steering wheel for Christmas.
driving
and all
games,
that.
like.
I was like,
I hate driving games, man. They're so shit. Like,
some of them good. Mario Kart's good.
yeah, Mario Kart's not right.
Mario Kart and
that's the only one I'll tolerate.
Crash
Like,
Team Racing.
any messy ones I'll do. Like, anyone where there's lads seriously like just racing like on the street.
Oh yeah, but he's just actually doing Formula 1.
Yeah.
and stuff. No man, Need for Speed Underground 2. Riders on the Storm.
What about Tony Hawk?
Tony
Underground.
Hawk, solid.
Underground, like that's what it's called.
Solid.
Yeah.
I used to have a game for the GameCube called Matt Hoffman BMX. Used to love it. Tony Hawk was solid. Tony Hawk was a solid game. But do you know what? So I've a couple of things that I wrote down that just either annoy me or
Okay.
I just wanted to ask you.
Riders on the
Number
storm.
one. No, has do you know what? Do you know what's something that I don't like, and
Go on.
I want to get your opinion on it.
Yeah.
You know, if like, say we were here, right,
Mm-hmm.
and someone rings me that we both know, or
Yeah.
like, let's say my girlfriend rings me,
Yeah.
and I'm like talking to her, and you go, I'll tell her I said hello.
Yeah. And you go, hello. Jake says hello.
Jake said
Jake
hello.
Series
And then you
says
just
hello.
go, tell him I said hello.
Yeah.
Evan said hello.
And then,
that's it.
yeah.
I hate that.
I hate that.
I hate when someone says it's like I know the premise and I know the meaning
it's
of it.
a
It's
nice
like
premise,
yeah.
but like someone's like hello, and you ever get someone as well was like someone's like, so say you're in a car, say, and someone gets a phone call, and like, you know, there's music probably playing or something's playing, you kind of turn it down. Someone's like hello, and you're just kind of like. You're basically like you're in the conversation, but
And
you're
you're
not
just
like,
like,
and you're like, and then they're like, oh sorry, it's just whoever, and I'm like, oh, tell them I say hello, whatever. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, fuck.
Tell them I say hello and they can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Or you know what's worse, man? The Bluetooth. So say the driver gets a phone call and they answer the phone call and they're like, oh,
It's
just
on
Jake's
loud.
in the car.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, hello. And then you're like, they're like shocked, they're surprised, like, oh, I have to be careful now because you can hear everything they're saying. They're like, okay.
Do you ever get though like if you're in a car with someone and somebody rings them and then they don't say that and they're just having the
just
conversation and you're
having
like,
it.
I hope they don't fucking say
Yeah.
that about me.
It's crazy,
They're
like, yeah.
Come here, what about that fucking idiot, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, what about him? Ryan's here.
Hey, Ryan here.
Tell him I said hello. But yeah, I remember because I was on the phone to someone and then Evelyn said to me, oh, tell him I said hello, and I was like, yeah, and I just didn't.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, I'll tell him. Anyway, because I was like, I'm just going to be like, said hello, okay,
Yeah.
said hello.
Yeah.
Anyway, where was I?
Yeah.
So I just didn't say. I was just like, and I do that all the time now. So
Yeah.
if someone's like, tell them I said hello there, I just go, yeah. Anyway, what was this
Anyway,
there about? Yeah, no, didn't say hello actually at all. Said you're a prick. So yeah, that's one thing that that's
I
something
agree with that.
showed
Like, that is annoying as fuck.
And then I just wanted to know this, man. Is it?
Okay.
Do you ever have a and this I'll tell you why I came to this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had a lad hit on you, like a gay guy?
Yeah.
Have you ever? I've been like my whole life. People just thought I was gay all the time. I don't know whether it's because I sing.
Same for me.
And
Yeah.
I-
Same for me.
I'm dashingly good looking. Or something
I've
like
been
that.
told I'm quite camp. Like, fair enough.
Yeah, like I don't know. I used to dress. Like I still do dress fairly
Yeah.
like whatever the fuck I want to wear, I'll wear.
Yeah.
But I remember like years ago, like when I first got with Evelyn, I just
Yeah.
like would always hang around with Evelyn, and
Yeah.
she would go out with her friends, and I'd just go out, and like all my friends would be going off like wherever they're going or drinking at a house party, and I'd go out with her and her friends, and they were all girls, and it was
Yeah.
just me. So I think they thought I was just the gay best friend.
Yeah.
And like I remember one time we were in the Right venue in Dublin, and we were standing there, and I had on blue chinos. Who let me wear them?
Chinos were the rage, though. They were
Chinos
popping
were
off.
the
Yeah.
thing. One Direction. I blame One Direction, man. But I had on these blue chinos and a white shirt.
Are they like bright blue? Like,
They were blue, like
Yeah,
they were like
blue,
a
like,
royal blue,
blue,
like,
blue,
like
like-
they weren't a navy blue.
yeah,
they were like
blue.
yeah, they were like royal blue, and I had a fucking. I think I don't know what. I don't even
brown
want.
shoe,
I
surely.
don't even want to know
A
the
brown
shoe.
shoe, like I'd say. A brown
I'd say
dress
so,
shoe. Like,
and I had a brown belt, and I had a white shirt, and the shirt was buttoned all the way up, and I had the hair fucking slick, and I remember we were in the Right venue, and I was with all Evelyn and her friends, so all girls and just me, and then this lad comes up to me and is like, so you know what's up and all, and I was like, all right, yeah, what's the crack? Like I was just talking to him.
loads up.
And then he was like, my friend wants to know, you know, do you have a boyfriend now? And I was like, what? Do I was like, no, I was have a girlfriend. And he was like, oh, you're not gay? I was like, no. I was like, Do I give off that vibe that much where it's like a
Yeah.
shock? Your man was shocked. And he was gay. And he was so shocked that I wasn't gay. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't know what to do here. I was like, see you now, I'm going to kiss my girlfriend. I was like, I'm going to fucking kiss my girlfriend, man, you know? So I was like, yeah, man. But then it happened on the cruise, man.
Oh, really? Again?
Oh my God, did it happen on the cruise?
Must be giving off a vibe,
I got
man.
cornered by 2.
You must be giving off a vibe.
No, I don't know if these guys were gay. I'm only assuming.
Okay.
And maybe it's rude of me to assume.
Okay.
But they seemed very gay.
Okay.
And we were in Haiti and we were on this like little walking tour.
Yeah.
And we were just walking around and there was there's a Haitian guy giving the tour, right? And he's walking around. But every time he stops at like a point or whatever, he's like, oh, this is such and such, and he's like giving the story about it.
Yeah.
And there's a sign language interpreter standing beside him, and he's giving off because there was a deaf girl in our group. So the sign language guy was the gay guy.
Okay.
Anyway, there were 2 guys, Brian and Paul. And I was walking then after we'd done one of the stops and we were walking, and he just comes up behind me with a little nudge on the elbow and he goes, so and he said something and I was like, oh yeah, grand, whatever, yeah. And we spoke for about like 40 seconds, I'd say,
Yeah.
right? And that was fine, and then we went on. Then the next time he stops again, he's signing for the girl, and then we take off again, another nudge on the elbow. So where are you from? And I was like, Ireland. And he goes, yeah, I thought I recognised the accent. And I was like, oh yeah, from Ireland, yeah. I was like, where are you from? And he was like, Minnesota. And I was like, oh, up north. I was like, it's cold enough. And he was like, yeah. He was like, it's very
the
cold.
worst ever chat.
Very
Like,
cold. I'd love someone to snuggle. I know he did say that. But he's like, very cold. And I was like, yeah. And then he just like, it was just general chat at
I
first,
hate
right?
small talk at that.
And it was fine. Yeah.
hate
But
that,
I
like-
was just kind of like, yeah, cool, right, whatever. And like Evelyn's walking in front of me and just not in this conversation
Yeah.
whatsoever. But then we get to the end of the tour, right? And the thing finishes and your man's like, all right, see you later, you know, whatever. And he leaves us like at this hut, and Evelyn goes, I'm going to the toilet. And she went to the toilet. And I'm standing there, and the other gay guy who was with the other guy, they were both sign language interpreters, and he comes up to me. So which one was Brian and which one was Paul? I have no clue. Oh, Brian. So Paul was the guy who nudged me on the elbow.
Yeah.
So the other guy, Brian, comes up to me and he's like, so Paul says you're from Ireland, eh? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what's your tattoo mean? Because I'd no top on.
Yeah.
Of course I'd no top on because it was fucking 37 degrees or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, what's your tattoo mean? The one on my ribs.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, right. And he started like touching it and all. I was like, oh, it's a music note like coming out of a tape, a cassette tape. And he's like, why'd you choose that? I was like, I'm a musician. And he was like, oh, I'm a bit of an artist myself.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we are. And
AirPods out. We listen to this demo.
you just had to listen to me singing. Then the other lad comes over. The 2 of them had me in the corner, and they were just like talking. And it was just a fine conversation.
Yeah.
But I was just talking, and I could see Evelyn over. She was only after coming out of the toilet, and she was standing there at the toilet. I was like, why is she fucking standing there? I was like, come save me. Like, I need. And I was just talking. And they were like, so how long are you on the cruise for? And all? I was like getting very fucking vibes off these guys.
Yeah.
And I was just like talking, whatever. And then I see Evelyn, and I start kind of like, come here. And then she comes over. And then I was like, this is my girlfriend, Evelyn. Girlfriend. I like the vagina. And he was just like, oh, how are you? Yeah. And then they just started talking. And then eventually Evelyn was like, well, we better go. And I was like, we better go, sorry. But the lads cornered me. I'd say Evelyn was like, if I'd left you there 10 minutes there, you would have been spit roasted by 2 gay lads on the cruise. I was like, probably. I would have just like, oh, well. They were nice guys.
Here now.
But yeah, has it ever happened to you?
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times. I was only in Brighton recently on tour. Brighton's a bit of the gay capital of the UK, right? And my cousin lives there. Who's gay?
Okay. So
Shout out Gemma.
Shout out Gemma.
Sorry, I've just outed you there. Sorry.
Shout out gay Gemma.
But we had a conversation.
She wasn't out.
Yeah.
Fuck. Cancel.
But so like, and we went drinking after the gig, whatever. Like, and we were chatting, and she was like, yeah. So like, basically, everyone thought, like, the whole family thought you were gay for years. Like, and we're like,
just said it to you.
Yeah. I was like, what? She's like, yeah. Like, we thought I thought it was gonna be me and you, like, you know, against the world and the family. Like, and I was like, what you mean? Like, I was like, what you mean? Like, not gay? Like, and she's he's like, I just thought you were. Like,
The whole family thought you were gay.
yeah. Well, I think all the cousins like of our age group were like, oh yeah, Jake's gay.
Never said that to you.
No, never said. Just like, yeah, Jake's gay. And I was like, all right.
That's what happens, man, when you're in music. I think that if anything creative, unless you're like a rocker.
Yeah.
Unless I was
Anything
like,
with
fuck it, man, I'm just like, if you're doing pop music, man, you're gay. That's the way it was looked at. But
no, yeah, and I've had a couple of guys like on and like,
I've had it loads of times, man. People just been like,
all right. I probably got it more times than you, I'd say.
No, I'd say. Well, I shifted a guy, right? I did. Well, I am gay.
Well, actually, okay, so
no, but yeah, it's happened loads of times to me, to the point where I was like, maybe I am gay.
maybe I like this.
Maybe this is good for me. But yeah, it was funny on the cruise, man. It was just hilarious because everyone was like, if I had left you there, like you probably just would have been, you would probably just shifted one of them just out.
The lads have it right though. The lads are so like, I think gay people in general, not even the guys, are so like sexually open. And they're so like confident. They'll just go off and be like, "Hey, do you want to?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So, but I find a lot of gay people have like open relationships. They're just like,
okay, just like whatever. Like.
Have sex with absolutely anyone. But I have a question for you. Have you ever been in a fight?
Like a fist fight?
Have you ever been in a fight? Like, yeah, proper fight. I can't picture you in a fight, so it's so funny.
What do you mean?
I just can't picture.
Why not?
Because I just can't.
What do you mean?
I can't picture
can turn
you.
it on, man.
You can turn it on?
I can turn it on.
All right.
A sweep.
Sweep.
Yeah. Do you ever, say imagine someone's here, right?
Yeah.
People listening, someone in front of my
Someone
face.
right in front of your face.
Do you ever just get a man and just absolutely 180 him with a sweep? So he's here.
I have.
And then he's down there.
But I do
in my head, I
jiu-jitsu
feel
a
like
lot.
I could do that.
Okay. It's tougher than you think.
Have I been in a proper fist fight? No. I've kind of...
Any fight. It isn't like a fist fight, like a proper like fucking where you're going at.
Yeah, like in terms of like, but there was multiple people involved, so it wasn't a one-on-one. Like,
Well, you're in a bit of a brawl,
bit
were
of
you?
a brawl, like, you know. And I was more of a spectator than I was a participant. I was kind of trying my best, but there was a bit of a ringleader. My cousin was in the army, like, and he's well able to handle himself, and he was more so doing the fighting than I was. You know what I mean? But then when the fight was over, I was like, holy shit, lads, that was crazy. I
was in a fight.
I knocked out like 3 lads. I don't know if you saw. There's 3 lads.
Have you seen there?
Yeah.
I killed 3 guys.
There's 3 lads there.
Guys, I might have murdered someone.
You can't see them, man. I showed them the bin there.
I actually buried some of the guys.
While they were fighting, I actually killed 3 lads and buried them.
Yeah. I actually just completely stabbed him. Guys, I just stabbed some guy. He was coming at me swinging, so I just stabbed him. Where'd you get the knife? I did
get a box beat to him though in a club once. So
in a nightclub, like
nightclub, yeah. So I think the context was some fella thought I was like hitting on his girlfriend when I just wasn't, like.
So you got a thump in the face?
No, so it was my friend was really drunk and he was hitting on your man's bird, whatever. And I see your man was fucking huge as well. He's big as a house, like. My friend's like similar height to me, whatever. And I was like, oh no. And then I saw your man coming over and I kind of saw it before it happened, and I was like, oh, I may try to stop this. And I was like, oh man, sorry, I'll tell him to go now, whatever, like, you know. And he was like, tell him to get away from my bird. And I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, Connell, any fucking chance there any chance you could absolutely scoot over there? And then he didn't, like. And then I was like, I turned back to him, I was like, so sorry, and just absolutely poof, and I was like, oh.
And wait, did you hit the ground?
No, I didn't hit the ground, no. I was like, oh, and then, but everyone kind of, and then all of a sudden just like, it was like a stampede of people just started interacting. And then once again, I was kind of just watching, and I was like, oh.
Oh, what happened?
But man, the chin stood up. I was like,
well, you've got a chin, do you?
Well, after that one punch, I didn't go down. I didn't actually get knocked
to my feet. You should go into the UFC, man.
Yeah. The thing is, like,
what's your attributes of a great chin? Well, how'd you know? Some guy hit me once.
I feel like I just used my natural reach and athleticism.
What would be your go-to, like, move in a fight? Like, would you think you'd be like, I'm gonna punch first?
I'm gonna study my opponent first, I think.
Right. No. I'm gonna paint the picture here. You're not studying anyone.
I'm studying loads.
So we're out, right?
Yeah.
Some guy, we're on tour. We go to a pub after.
Yeah.
We're in the pub, having a pint. You're having a pint.
Yeah.
Dave's having a pint.
Yeah.
Some guy just like knocks off you, and you're like, oh, sorry, man. He's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? You're like, oh, you knocked off me.
Yeah.
And then he just goes, you get fucking mouthy, are you?
Yeah.
And then there's just no reasoning with this guy. It's go time.
Yeah.
He's squaring up to you.
Yeah.
And he's got his fists clenched.
Okay, yeah.
What are you going to do? Are you going to be straight
So
up
first I'm gonna
punching, or are you going to get close and
I'm
try
gonna
to grab?
I think make space. So if he's sprinting up to me, I'm gonna push him back, and then if I feel like he's gonna fight me, I'll push him back. And I'll be like, okay, what's the next play? You know,
Because you know when you push him back, that's on now.
Yeah,
You've put hands on him.
yeah. So
He's going to come running back to you.
yeah, so he can run, right?
But he can't hide.
So I feel like I would try grapple more than I would try
Oh, you're a grappler now.
fight
Okay.
with fists.
Yeah.
Gotta think of the hands, man. The hands are the moneymakers, you know.
So you got to
So
get
is
close.
the face.
You got to get
So
close.
we gotta get close.
You got to close.
I'm not afraid to gouge someone's eyeballs out just with my thumbs.
just dirty.
Yeah, just dirty.
No rules.
Pulling someone's hair, going for the balls, man. I'll do it all, man. If he's running at me, I might just like go straight for the kick to the groin. Like I might just go straight for it as hard as I can. Like
Just straight to the nuts. Just like, no, there's no like fight like a man here.
no.
Like
Man, if it's a scrap, it's a scrap. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna pull him by the hair. I'm gonna fucking
no, I respect that. Yeah.
kick his cock. I'm gonna do everything.
I'm gonna fucking
right
wank.
in the cock. Like
give him a
I'm gonna start
wank.
wanking him off.
I'm just gonna absolutely
might get naked.
Yeah.
If you get naked though,
Man,
it's mad.
that
weird.
is-
If you start taking the kid off,
I think
in a
that
fight.
would. I genuinely think, like, picture this, right? We're in a fucking. We're in that
Yeah.
scenario that I just
Yeah, yeah.
described. Guy squaring up and then shoves you, and you're just like, what the fuck, man? And then he's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
And you go, all right, come on then. And then you start
taking the
no,
kid
but
out.
like you don't even start with the top.
Yeah,
Like because you know, like because if you take the top off, he's going to
might
think
be
this
like,
lad's
oh,
like,
yeah.
all right, and he's
Yeah,
ready to
yeah.
fight. Just go with pants first.
Pants first.
And just go.
double jock yourself, just straight away, just double
Actually,
jock.
yeah, just skip like don't go trousers then underpants.
Yeah.
Just literally go everything and over the shoes. Yeah, just standing
Leave
like
the
that.
shoes on,
And just like, come on, what?
because the shoes are a weapon. Especially if you have a nice brown shoe
And
on,
like,
a
if
nice
you're
dress
just
shoe.
flopping about there, I mean, because like then it becomes grabbing
Is it trimmed? Is it better if it's trimmed or not for the fight?
for the
Which
fight.
looks more
For the fight,
menacing?
I feel.
Which looks more menacing?
For the fight, I feel like.
You know, it looks bigger when it's trimmed.
I feel like completely bald would be hilarious, like Veet.
Just completely nothing.
And just
like,
actually your leg hairs and everything. You're just like smooth.
that
And
might
you're just-
almost be like a power player. Just
But I feel like if you're
just-
like just bush,
Yeah.
and he can't see the penis, that might even be funnier.
but it might also be like, oh, this guy's a bit wild. Like this guy's a bit like kind of caveman. Like
Yeah. But because let me tell you, because if he grabs you, then
by the cock. What do you mean? Oh,
just if you double jock yourself,
Yeah.
and then you're standing there, and then he engages in a bit of
Yeah.
like a grapple.
yeah.
It's gay man.
If I start doing a rear naked choke with my pants down,
The rear naked poke.
yeah,
Do you want to get the real?
maybe an armbar would be interesting.
You're like, this is the real naked
The
poke.
armbar would be interesting with the cock out.
It would all be very weird. Like it just like what can the guy do then? He has to just walk off. He has to just go fuck what the fuck and just leave.
He's either in or he's gonna be like, here, that's a bit wild.
Imagine he just dump tackles you on the ground and then you're on the
Starts
ground.
giving you head. Because I'm already hard.
Oh, here's one.
I'm hard.
What if you're hard when you pull it
Oh,
down?
that's huge. That'd be huge. It'd be such a play, man. That'd be such a play. You start to scrap, you take the ski off, and someone just does a boner. I'd be like, I'm out. Like I'm fucking out.
You'd
Like,
have to be out.
I'm out. Like
You would have to walk away. Like
out,
if I was fighting someone and they pulled down their jocks and they were on a boner and I was just like, oh no, oh no,
I'm out. Like
I
it's
have
such
to
a
leave.
play. It's such a play.
You
like,
win. You're the
such a
winner
play.
because I lose because there's no way. Like what are you gonna
Grappling
do?
would be tough.
You're going for a double leg takedown. His dick's just like resting on your shoulder, and you're just like, ha. That would be insane
What would you do in a fight?
in an actual fight.
Yeah. I'll give you a scenario.
Okay, go on.
So you're in Albufeira,
Oh,
Portugal.
nice.
You're on your summer holidays. You have a nice linen shirt on,
Yeah.
white denim shorts,
Oh, yeah.
a nice white shoe.
Yeah.
It's not quite a dress shoe. It's not quite a Chelsea boot. Somewhere in between.
Okay, like an Air Force.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't going there. But that's all right.
Okay, well, sorry.
And you have a nice bandana on. It's also pink like your linen shirt.
Okay.
Okay. And some guy comes over to you, a geezer.
Yeah.
Right? He comes over. He's
Oh, a
over,
geezer.
and he's like, how you getting on? You're like, oh, yeah, I'm good. He goes, do you want a drink? And you go, no, man, I'm all good. I don't want a drink. And he goes, do you want to take us outside? And before you say, you're like, oh, he's already pushed you.
Okay.
And you're in a
Now,
bit
has he
of
pushed me or
you're in a-
pussed me? You just
he
said
pushed you,
You said
and you're in
pussed.
an outside kind of smoking area,
Okay.
kind of like loads of room to maneuver.
Yeah.
Boom. Scene.
So we're outside. There's loads of room.
Loads of room.
Right. Immediately,
Yeah.
not punching.
So he's pushed you and it's advancing after the push.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm bending down
Okay.
under whatever punch he's going to throw.
Yeah.
And I'm getting my two arms around him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get what's called a body lock.
Oh.
And then I'm going to literally,
Yeah.
you know how you're on about sweep earlier?
Yeah.
I'm going to pull his hips into me
Yeah.
and kiss him. I'm going to pull his hips in and
Yeah.
I'm going to trip him.
And do you have a boner yet or not?
And it depends. It depends. What's he wearing?
Yeah.
I'm just going to trip him and then I'm going to, and that's it. And I'm going to hold him there. And then
Yeah.
he's going to do absolutely nothing.
So what way are you holding?
Like I've gone through this scenario numerous times in my head.
Okay.
Like because I started training jiu-jitsu in like 2018, I haven't, like, ever since I started training jiu-jitsu, I haven't been in a fight. I was in numerous fights before when I used to drink. But I was like, would I, like, because like the go-to thing in a street fight is like punch.
But you don't train that much stand up, do you?
Everyone could, no, jiu-jitsu is there's no stand up. Well, like you stand up to a takedown.
Yeah.
But there's no
like,
striking. Yeah. So I've gone through the scenario. I would grab him, just trip him, get on top of him, and
Your full mount, like you mean?
I've gone through a few different scenarios. Full mount? No, I wouldn't even take full mount. I'd go knee on belly. So
What's
you go
that,
knee on
side mount?
No, yeah, it's but like if your knee on literally on their belly.
Oh right,
and
right.
I'd just be like, "What are we doing here, man? Huh?
Wait,
Relax."
Get the knees on the arms is a huge one.
No, man. You just get in that because people. When no one knows jiu-jitsu, it's they're in an absolute different world. It's like literally, they'll start doing things like if I roll with someone who knows jiu-jitsu and we're rolling in the gym, they know what to do. They know when they're getting up to not go on all fours because I can just get their neck.
Yeah.
So they're always like weary. They'll get up with one hand up and distance themselves.
Yeah.
Lads in a street fight, man, just pure panic, and they're on all fours. You could just grab them and just. But I've always gone through the scenario in my head because I don't think I would choke someone in a rear naked choke, because if I'm rear naked choking them, like you said, they still have their arms free where they could gouge my eye or something, like in a pure state of like get off me, they could just gouge my eye. So I think I would just like not mount them, but hold them down with like knee on belly and just be like and control their arms and be like and have a chat to them. I'd be like. No, why did you do that, man?
Yeah.
Because now I have to. Now you look like an idiot, and we're standing here, and the cops are on their way, and I'm just gonna hold you here. I'm just gonna hold you here, and we're in Albufeira, so obrigado.
Yeah.
And then that's it. No, I like knowing jiu-jitsu.
That sounds impressive. It sounds better than what I said.
Yeah,
for my fight.
but because you don't know anything about fighting,
I know a lot about fighting.
but I've been in fights where like years ago when I didn't do jiu-jitsu and when I was drunk, and like the first thing your instinct, anyone can throw a punch.
Yeah.
Not everybody can like knows what a grapple, like what grappling is or anything like that. So boys who don't know how to fight, they just immediately start punching.
Yeah.
And you just got to get out of the way of that if that's the case. But I would love, like I would hate. I never want to be in a fight ever again out in the street. But like I would sometimes I'm like I'd love to use a bit of jiu-jitsu just to like show lads, because you know boys think they're the big man and they're like you know, like there's 16-year-olds in the gym I go to that would kill them. That would be literally just 16-year-olds that would make mince meat of these like boys who think they're hardy. So it's just kind of funny. But yeah, I've been in a few fights now. You've been in none. I would have thought you'd been in one, but I can't picture you fighting.
No, I've partaken, but I haven't been the main dude.
You've been in a brawl. You went straight from I haven't been in a fight to I've been in a brawl.
I wasn't the guy though. You know what I mean? I wasn't the guy. Like
you were like on the outside. Get him.
Yeah, I'd be like absolutely. You know, I kind of like like push a guy and then I'd be kind of like
from the back,
then run around the side.
Shove another guy in the back when he's not looking.
Grab a 4x4 and just absolutely from behind getting lads.
You should hit. That was him. No, that was Roger. Roger said that and just absolutely thumping the head off him. And then I have I think we'll do this new segment at the end of every episode, so we'll finish on this, and then I'll play us out with a ukulele.
Thanks,
if you were a zoo animal,
okay,
or will I do zoo animal or just animal?
Okay, what's the question?
My question was, if you were a zoo animal, what would you be? But I think just in general, okay, we'll go
animal.
Question of the week: if you were an animal, what would you be? Think about it now.
Yeah, because I feel like, what qualities do I have? You know,
like
in my head, I'm kind of like a golden retriever, but I don't think I am. Like, you know what I mean?
Like you think that's what you are. I mean, I just mean I don't mean what do you resemble now.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, if you could be,
Oh, if what do I want to be?
if you could choose to be one animal,
Okay.
what would you be?
Interesting. You know the problem with tigers and all is they're sleeping for like 17 hours a day, man.
Yeah, like
It's
a
not even-
lion
it's not
sleeps
even
for
messing,
20
like,
hours of the day.
It's crazy, like, so not them, like, you know what I mean?
It's
Even though
too
they're
much.
cool, like, they're cool,
Yeah,
but
they're
they're
big
fucking
dogs,
sleeping
but-
the whole time, man.
Big cats.
Dolphins have the biggest brain.
No. Yeah, but
And also,
orcas are the most intelligent.
but
They
there's
think
not many
orcas are
zoos
the
that have
closer.
them. Except one big zoo.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you could just be any animal.
Any animal.
It doesn't have to be in zoo. If
I
you could
also
be an
hate the
animal.
water though, man. So the seas and bits. But
Okay.
the dolphins, I think they're a new one. Barrows that have sex for pleasure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you
And the absolute the dolphins.
you're thinking with your penis and not your head.
No, maybe
Just going around just a
But I'm just
serial
thinking
shagger.
like, what has the biggest brain? Because I don't like it could be something just dumb as fuck who's just on autopilot. Like you know what I mean?
Most animals are.
Yeah. So I want something like a bit of brain.
I
like-
think you'd be like a gecko or something.
no way, man.
Yeah.
Just tipping around, doing nothing, changing color the odd time. You're gonna be red today.
That's all you have to worry about.
Just wake up and go red.
No, you'd be like a fly.
Nah, boring. I'd be a hawk,
Just a general hawk.
eagle, actually, bald eagle.
You're going bald.
Yeah, I'm going bald eagle.
That's good. If I was to be a bird, I would be like a peregrine falcon.
So bitch that you know what that is. Like,
Fastest animal in the world.
you know the albatross, the biggest wingspan.
Yeah.
You want more
And they're
bird
in
facts?
perpetual
Do
flight.
you want more? Do you want more bird facts?
They're always in flight, no.
Are they always in flight?
They're in perpetual flight. When they take flight, they go in perpetual flight. They never land, I don't think.
It's not messing.
That can't be true, can
That
it?
can't be true.
Did I just make
They
that up?
It's like the sharks. If sharks stop moving, they die. Like, is that true as well?
I don't know.
I think they stop moving, they die. Like they just sink.
Albatross,
I think they sink if they stop moving. Sharks.
perpetual flight. I could have made
They
this.
can't just be constantly flying, man.
never land ever again
They'd
after
be
they take
wrecked.
off.
No,
They can fly for up to 6 years without landing.
it's not perpetual, though, is it?
But I mean, fucking hell, man. How far?
That stuff.
Right there. Nah, that can't be true, man. Fucking 6 years
6
without
years.
without
What's their
touching
lifespan?
I don't know. Stay at them.
Stay at them.
If I could be an animal, any animal in the world,
Yeah.
I think I would be. Again, it is tough.
Like jellyfish or something.
No. If I did, I'd absolutely sting the face off you. Man. Just
Jellyfish have absolutely nothing going on, man. They're just
Zero.
absolutely.
yeah, but
Just in the
and
water.
then they sting people.
But they haven't a sniff. They're just stinging people. They're just Joe Biden, man. Just
Joe Biden's a
just
jellyfish.
sleepy Joe Biden, like just literally getting up to a press conference, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, go ahead." And he's like, "Having to sniff what to say here."
He's like-
"Well, I thought that last week taxes are high." And he's just saying nonsense,
just
man.
stings
Doesn't make any
someone.
sense. And he just stings.
And he just
someone.
stings some lad on the way. No, jellyfish Joe Biden.
Damn, the black and tans are so funny, man. You
Yeah,
thought the
yeah.
black and tans were a rugby team.
And you beat the black and tans.
The black and tans.
And then he goes,
We-
Mayo for Sam. But anyway,
Just
Bert,
someone in his ear, like just someone in here, he'd be like,
Just
say
like
this.
say mayo for Sam. Mayonnaise for Sam. Jellyfish, no. I wouldn't be a jellyfish. Thanks for that. I don't think I'd be a fish again. Like you said, I do like the ocean.
Again, you were before me.
No, what you said. You said, I don't
Actually,
think
I was a fish before, so I said I wouldn't do it
Actually, I
again.
used to be a goldfish. A goldfish, worst, hands down. Get out
Yeah,
here.
they're just
Boys have no
fish
memory.
have no clue what's going on.
Fish
Like,
have absolutely no.
maybe
not
a
enough.
meerkat, man.
No, they're tiny. I'd be like a gorilla or something. Silverback. Just an absolute monster of a yuck.
I'd be a bear and I'd win.
No, you wouldn't. Who'd win the fight? Bear or silverback?
It's the brown bear wins.
Has it been proven?
It's been proven.
How has it been proven?
Lads have done the science. Think about it, man. A silverback gorilla is just a muscly chap. He has fists.
Yeah.
Bear are
Think of the
faster,
power.
heavier, claws, bite power. Oh, it's crazy. Like
You're probably right.
it's like you.
I
It's
feel
like you going up against a lad with
feel-
with a sword. Like,
But I
and
feel
use
like
your
a
bare fist.
gorilla. I feel like a gorilla's more like explosive. Like I know bears probably powerful. Like they're probably
more powerful.
Yeah. But I feel like a gorilla could like has the agility. You know, get around the bear and just
It's faster.
thump
The
him in the
bear's
back of the
faster,
head
like.
or something.
I mean,
Anyway, who cares? That's never gonna happen. Maybe we should do a GoFundMe.
you couldn't do it like, but for science it would be great.
We should go do GoFundMe and
Maybe
buy.
100 years you could have done that.
We'll do a GoFundMe. We'll buy a gorilla and we'll buy a bear and we'll just
It's ethical.
Yeah, and we'll just stick them in the UFC.
You put the headgear on them maybe or something. You just, a bit of headgear on them, like, I mean, just
So he
try
doesn't
to get
get
it
hurt.
above board,
So he
like,
doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
It's an amateur fight.
Yeah.
I would be.
If you take the bear's claws away, though, I'd say
Maybe even enough.
Yeah.
See, that's it. The sharp claws,
the
man,
sharp
fuck you up.
claws would be crazy.
Fuck you
Like,
up, probably
it'd be crazy.
rip the gorilla.
Yeah.
I feel like the gorilla though could like pin him down and just beat the shit out of him.
But the gorillas know jiu-jitsu, like, you know what I mean? They're gonna
SPG, man.
Yeah.
SPG, that's what it stands for, Silverback Gorilla. It actually stands for Straight Blast Gym. But I feel like I would be. No, I'd be something like a cheetah or something.
Fast, like,
Yeah, really
fast
fast.
as fuck, boy.
Fast as frick, boy. Yeah, I don't think I'd be out in the water. You'd be like a hippo, I'd say.
Why?
Just, you look like one.
They're actually the most dangerous animal. They kill the most humans per year.
There you go.
It's a fact.
It's you, man. You're always fighting.
I'm a killer.
But anyway, what would you be? What animal would you be?
And that's why I drive Opel.
And that's why. What animal would you be?
Okay, here we go.
We're gonna
I
finish
wonder if
out.
you know any more chords.
Yeah, I do actually. E minor.
Go for it, so.
That's E minor.
Go for an F. And then add, yeah. No, up one.
You want to do E?
No. If you go with F
Want to do E?
and do that, it's a D minor.
Do F and that.
Yeah. D minor there.
I know that one.
Wow. Wow.
Ah, did you like that?
Thanks for coming. Nice to see ya. If I was, you wouldn't want to be a.
Harsh.
Thanks for listening or watching, whatever you like. Stop messing, it's a way of life.
I said stop messing, would you ever stop messing, yeah. Stop messing is a way of life.
Way of life.
I said stop messing, would you ever stop messing, yeah. Stop messing, it's a way of life. We are gonna write a song after this.
After this,
I hope it's good and it's not shit.
I hope it's really good and it's not true.
This is all off the top of the dome. Did you know that I've never been to Rome?
Wow.
Stop messing.
Stop messing.
Stop messing. Stop messing. Stop messing. It's a way of life. Yeah.
It's a way of life. Went that tune at the end, but that's
Thank you very much. See you next week. That was episode 23.
Wow.
2-3.
Great age.
Great age. What age are you, 40?